It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's S&K Aerial with a drone spreading our cover crops for this fall. What's up, y'all? It's Matt with Family Tradition Farms. Hey, it's a big day out here on the farm. We got S&K Aerial out of Albion, Illinois here today to spread our cover crops we put on every fall. We got two big drones back behind me. Luke's up there getting them ready. One of them's going to be spreading on the corn. One of them's going to be spreading on the beans. Because we have such a big difference on our mixes, we actually have to have two different drones just because they're calibrated so different. So we're going to get things ready to go here, get these drones taken off, landed, get them filled up, and then we should be able to take off and start spreading the beans. Guys, we're really excited. We don't get very progressive on the technology here at Family Tradition Farms, but today we're going to give it a shot. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It's going to be a good day. All right, so for you guys that aren't familiar with drones, these things are big. I mean, I'm used to like the little ones that you fly around in the living room, but so this is an Agras T50. Just look at that compared to the truck. I mean, these things are big. This big hopper here is what we'll actually load all the seed into, and it's got a big spreader down here on the bottom, and basically it'll just take off, fly through the beans in a grid pattern, and spread as it's going. This one here is the one that's going to be spreading the corn. He's getting the bean one ready up top there. It's a little different model, but basically the same concept. So yeah, just, I mean, look at how big they are. I mean, the propellers themselves are, I mean, that's like as long as my arm. So it's really cool to actually see these things work. Hopefully he gets that fired up here in just a bit. We'll get it landed, filled up with seed, and take off. Yeah, so we had to fire up the generator down below there. That way we can charge all the batteries. As he's spreading, it's going to run out of battery a lot quicker than it is seed. So he's going to have to come back, land it, and swap out battery packs. So as it's going, he's going to be constantly changing out batteries. Basically keep it in the air as long as possible with as little downtime. So you'll probably hear a rumble in the background, but that's just a diesel generator. There it goes, it's waking up. You can really see how much wind it puts off. Those beans are just flying all over the place. But that's what we want. If we get all that wind pushing down, that'll really blow the seed down into the beans there. So he's just flying the boundary to make sure that we are going to spread over the right field. Make sure we get all the way into the corners and all the edges. So he's just hitting the corners there, and then he'll end up flying down towards the house. And like I said, he's just making sure we got the right boundaries, and then once the boundaries are set, it'll take off and it'll do its thing. on the boundary, just got back, switched out the battery. That took a whopping about 18 seconds. So he climbed back into the little operator station. That's what that black box is right there. And we're gonna take off, and this field's kind of split up into a bigger section and a smaller section. He's gonna spread the smaller section first, just to make sure that everything's calibrated correctly and it is gonna do right. So is it flying itself there, I guess?
Yeah, it's flying itself.
Cool.
Goes on its own.
Oh, hey, look, I got some dead spots out there. That's nice. So it just grids itself out and then flies along until the battery's low. And
yeah, so I'll go and I'll do the boundary, and then we've set, like, well, you can't see right here, but we'll have like the route spacing, and then, but you know, you want it 22 feet in the air, you want max out speed, and then we wanted 1,000 disc speed for this, and then 23 pounds an acre.
cool.
And then you can see we have 20 foot. Right now it's stopping, so it's at 11. See it going up. That's how far away it is from home point, which is the controller. It's completed 0.7 acres, and the hopper outlet is what, 34. It's going down.
So it adjusts how much it's putting out as it slows down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it gets an equal spray, or equal, I guess, spread throughout the entire thing. And then you can see the battery and how much we have in it.
Huh.
So we'll be able to finish this field up. But. And at the battery, you have to watch it, because when it gets to 5%, it just drops down wherever it is.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, so you really have to watch it to make sure. You'll see, we'll have to watch not getting in those power lines. We might have to manual spray that that last little row,
Yeah.
so it doesn't, fly itself into the power line. But and you can take over and manual spray it.
Huh.
Well, manual spray, I'm used to.
Yeah. And most
Fungicide.
Yeah, fungicide's probably the majority of it.
Yeah.
So does it fly its own boundary now, I guess?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And you'll see this is last year's model, which are still, they're pretty much the same. The only difference is some sensors and pretty much some sensors and like the speed in which it like turns and stuff. But you'll see the other one, it'll like spray and turn, and it kind of drifts with it.
Huh.
Yeah, we'll have to watch these power lines. It'll miss it. Oh yeah. And see down here, it's sensing the power lines.
Oh.
See, it's saying that it's, then it'll go to yellow for like it's getting really
It's getting
close, and then red. Yeah, see right there. Then it'll get to the finishing point and
Task complete.
So it's done, so now you fly it back here and
yeah, I fly it back. You can have it bring it back, but it's safer just to fly it yourself, and I think it goes a little quicker if you just manual fly it.
Horizontal obstacle avoidance disabled. Obstacle avoidance audio alert available. Fly with caution.
we're doing is just changing out the battery pack, right?
Yep.
Pulls out like a little suitcase.
And then you see the thing like shake there in a second. That's engaging the play.
Stand back at a safe distance. Start task. Take off. Hold point recorded. Paused. Emergency obstacle avoidance in progress. Push control stick left to cancel. Fly with caution.
Good thing we didn't start, because if I noticed that after we did, a row or 2 hours been a whole process.
Yeah. That's crazy. You can actually see the seeds getting blown down.
Yeah, to me, this makes more sense than getting a tractor out of the air and
Yeah, I mean, you figure
cost of diesel alone.
the cost of diesel and getting the planter set to, just plant what you want
Yeah.
planted, and then actually getting out here, filling boxes, driving. I mean, hell, if I'd have been doing this by myself, I would have just barely gotten that first little section done by now.
Oh, yeah.
cool with the woods in the background. It looks like it's just raining down from that drone as it's spreading all those seeds. That's awesome. That's going to give me a good spread all the way across the field. We're not going to have rows like we do in the years past when we're actually planting it. I'm really excited to see the results after this comes up. tell, he's actually flying it manually, going around the border of that woods there, just to make sure, because it's so close to the trees, the drone will actually get confused. It thinks it's gonna run into something. So he's got a camera on there, he's watching it, making sure he's not gonna run into anything. And then he's just flying around the edge. We're gonna watch how quick he can change out the batteries here. So he just landed, he's gonna come out, grab the good battery, take the bad one off, switch them out. He's under pressure now. There you go, 30 seconds. He's landed, the drone's reconnected, and he's ready to go. I'm gonna say less than a minute, that drone's gonna be back up in the air. Oh, it's gonna be close. He's got about 10 seconds left. There it goes, right at a minute. It's gonna go right back to the spot where it left off, and it's just gonna take right off again. Alright, so we've gotten all the way over the field. It's hard to tell, but there's a little bit of seed left in there. Less than 10 pounds, probably 5 to 7 pounds of seed. So since we've already been over everything, I told him to just spread the extra onto this little strip of field. That's some lesser quality soil. It could use the extra help. Hopefully this cover crop gets established a little bit better. So he's probably just gonna fly it manually and spread out that seed. And then once he gets done there, we'll switch drones, grab the bigger drone and put the seed mix in. That's going into the corn. I wanted to show you guys the mix that we're spreading today. So all this seed came from Millborn Seeds, which is now Renovo Seeds. This is called their kernel counter. That's what's going into the standing beans, because we'll have corn on it next year. So we've got Balanza clover, we've got crimson clover, cover crop radish, and oats. And then you can see the rates that we're spreading at as far as the pounds per acre. So this should be really good at fixing nitrogen. Your clovers are gonna fix nitrogen. Your radish, I always like to have a radish in there just to try to bust up compaction and help with water infiltration. And then your oats, that's gonna help with giving ground cover, weed suppression for next year. And it's also gonna do some nutrient scavenging, as well as getting some roots down and helping to bust up that compaction along with the radish. So I've spread this mix in the past, was really happy with it. This is the first year we're putting it on with the drone, so we had to change our rates a little bit. But overall, we're really happy with this going right in front of the corn. And here is the mix that we're going to spread into the standing corn. Again, from the same company. This is their high fly mix. So we've got, again, a crimson clover, a jackhammer radish, which is basically a tiller radish, rape seed, and we're actually putting annual ryegrass down. Again, here's the rates that we're putting them down at. That field historically is very compact, and so with it going into soybeans next year, I'm not too worried about if the annual ryegrass is hard to kill. We can hit it with a second post, but the annual ryegrass has an incredibly aggressive root system, and that should help bust the compaction going down alongside of these really heavy radishes. And then the clover, again, that's just to help with the microbes and get the biology really going, along with the rapeseed. So I've never flown this one on, never actually put it on, but I like the mix and I like the different seeds and what they can do for everything. So it looks like the other drone is getting batteried up, and we'll get it filled up with seed and we'll go spread on some corn. much wind those things push, that's really helping to get the seed down to the soil. And that rain we get tomorrow should really help incorporate it and get it growing.
We'll find out. Yeah.
You can see just how quickly it lands, and then all we do is just we pull the battery out, drop a new battery in, and we are good to go. That's the K aerial. Had to swap out batteries about halfway through mapping the cornfield, so we're flying back across the ditch and gonna finish dropping points, and then we'll start doing the good old back and forth. Way out there, but pretty cool, really. All he's got to do is fly it within the boundary of the cornfield that we mapped out earlier, press start, and it just takes off. And you'll see actually as it's going, as it gets closer to the end of the field, it'll slow down. See it slow down right there? It actually slows down how much it's spreading also. So you don't get a whole bunch of thick spread at the end of the field there at your end rows. So it gets turned around and really doesn't waste any time at all. It just takes right back off. We've got a full tank of seed, full battery. That should cover at least half the field. We'll bring it back, fill it up one more time, and then that'll be it. These things are freaking awesome. Alright, we just did the last fill up and battery swap. It's cool. He can actually tell how much seed I needed to add to the tank to finish the field. There we go, we're gonna get loud. So he was able to tell me, okay, add some more, add some more, add some more, add 5 more pounds. Okay, perfect. So that drone has a scale on it, and it knows exactly how much it needs to finish the field. When it gets done, it should be completely out of seed and completely out of battery. All he's got to do is strap them down, and he can head on to his next client. Might be kind of hard to see, but he's way out there doing his end rows, finishing up. So he's manually flying most of that. The drone will fly itself around the end rows, but because we got power lines so close, like I said earlier, it gets confused, and it's better if he just flies it. But as he's going down along that ditch right there, it's flying itself. It says, yep, here's my line, I'm gonna take it, and it just takes off. More than likely, when he gets to the end of this path down here at the corner of the field, it's gonna be done. Then all it's got to do is fly back here, get strapped down, and head on to the next one. That's probably going to be pretty hard to see, but we got seed to the ground. There's some seed. There's some seed. As you can tell, we are incredibly dry, but the beans are starting to drop their leaves, and they're calling for rain tomorrow. Well, tonight and tomorrow. So hopefully this rain comes and really knocks these seeds down into the soil some more, and then these leaves go ahead and continue dropping, and we get really good seed to soil contact, and hopefully get a pretty good stand out of this. all in all, yeah, I'm very happy with how this worked out. There's some more oats. Got some oats and clovers. There's some radish. I mean, yeah, this stuff looks great. Yeah, I'm very happy with this. Well, guys, that's probably gonna about finish it up. It's about 98 degrees, real feel of 104. It's freaking hot out here. We've got all the soybean acres spread. That's going into a mix that should help promote the corn crop next year. Back behind me, we got the cornfield. It's currently getting spread. He's got 2 passes left with the drone, then he'll be done. That's going into a mix that should help promote the soybean crop next year and help reduce the compaction that we've got going on in that field. So all in all, guys, I am incredibly happy with how this turned out. S&K Aerial out of Albion, Illinois did an incredible job. If you're in Southern Illinois, Southern Indiana area, and you want some drone work, they do a tremendous amount of fungicide. I think he told me they've done 40,000 acres of fungicide just this summer, and now they're getting into the cover crop spreading. So they cover a lot of ground, guys. If you want them, shoot me a message on here, drop a comment, and I'll be sure to get you their contact information. Like I said, S&K Aerial out of Albion, Illinois. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks, and you guys have a good one.